Would you like to dance?
Sorry, maybe the next one? My knee is hurt. My neck is hurt. My back is hurt.
Type ouch in the comments below if you've ever said that before. Salut, c'est Stéphane from Safe Motions, where we teach you how to run away from injuries. So today we're going to go a little bit outside of our scope. I'm also an avid swing dancer, so we're going to have a look at the 3 most common pains that I see swing dancers having. Now, we're going to talk about knee pain, back pain, and neck pain. Also, big shout out to Hong Kong Swings who initiated this. If you're from Hong Kong Swings, just type in the comments below, yay! If you're not from Hong Kong Swings, just type down your community. We'd love to hear where you're coming from. This is going to be a 3-part video, and today we're going to focus on back pain. One of the most important things to understand in terms of how the body works is if ever forward a little bit, all the posterior chain, all the muscles in the back from the heel all the way to the neck will start to activate in order to prevent you from falling forward. Now that's all a matter of center of gravity. If your center of gravity comes forward, then the muscles in your back will activate. If your center of gravity goes back, then the muscle in the front will activate. How does this apply to swing dancing? Well, simply when you're dancing, you want to make sure that your center of gravity is between your feet. This is where it's the most stable. So the muscles in the back are not activating too much, the muscles in the front are not activating too much. Instead of leaning forward in your swing outs, for example, you want to sit back and bring that hip backwards. So your center of gravity, even though your upper body is forward, stays between your feet. So here we'll have an example of leaning forward during a swing out. Here's an example of me driving my hips backwards to balance my center of gravity above my feet, if possible, at all times. Now, a very good example of center of gravity displacement is dips. So whenever you dip, you still want to make sure that your center of gravity is above one of your foot, at least to protect your back. So we'll see as an example on the tango dips how your center of gravity could be placed in the wrong area, and it's something that I am sure you've learned in class. And it's the same for leaders. When you do dips, make sure that your center of gravity is above your feet. Well, generally speaking, what can cause some back pain is poor stability of what we call the core. You want to make sure that you have enough contraction to protect the back, but also not too much so that you can still move typically in your swivels. So right here, I was engaging my core, my front, but at the same time, I was enabling some movement. The most common thing I see on the dance floor for followers is arching your back a little too much right here. Or when you do that, that creates a lot of compression on your back, together with the impact of the bouncing. That could be very painful for your back. Or one way to prevent that from happening is to squeeze the front of your belly a little bit, just a little bit, to balance the front and the back so you're not completely arching when you're bouncing or when you're swiveling. Now let's have a look at your exercise routine that I want you to do at home every single time you come back from swing dancing to protect your back, to make you stronger, and it'll make you a better dancer for longer. I'm gonna call Phoebe here to come and help me. Spread your feet and you're going to try and hop, like in Lindy Hop, but you're going to try and do it as quietly as possible. Good. So this is going to make sure that your body is able to land as softly as possible without damaging the joints that are above. That is the ankles, the knees, and the back and the neck. Learn how to hop gently, quietly, with a good soft landing. So let's go to the second exercise. Now this is going to be work on trying to maintain the pelvis position. Okay, so Phoebe, we're going to do some planks. I want you to go ahead and kneel down. And you're going to position your elbows on the floor. Good. We want to make sure that your belly is nice and tucked in and solid, and that you're not arching your back too far towards the floor. We don't want that. We don't want that either. We want you to be right in the middle. Bring your hips forward. And this, for some of you, might be enough in terms of planking. If you feel that's too easy, go ahead and lift the knees off the floor. But hold that for about 1 minute. That would be the target. If 1 minute is too easy for you, and you can do 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times 1 minute, I don't think it's necessary to do more than 1 minute at a go. You know, Phoebe's still holding strong. That's good. So do that as your second exercise. For our third exercise, I don't really know how to name this one, so I think it's a yoga movement. If there are some yogis out there, just let me know in the comments what this exercise is called. You're going to keep your knees bent and bring your knees in towards your chest, and then you can use your hands to hold onto the knees, and you're just going to pull the knees towards you, stretching the lower back right here. If you want, you can rock from side to side, careful not to fall on your side. And you could do that for roughly 30 seconds if it feels good on your back. Now the fourth exercise we're going to do in our routine, they're called floor bridges. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, turn your palms facing up, and you're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, while at the same time making sure you're squeezing your belly really hard. Good, and back down. Let's see that again. Squeeze your belly up, and then back down. Very often when you have back pain, this provides a lot of relief. So in general, if it feels good, keep on doing the exercises. If you feel pain, stop the exercises. Try again the next day. If they're still feeling painful the next day, then stop them altogether, do the other ones. Next up, this is called the reverse pigeon. Now what I want you to do is using your arms, grab your knee, your left knee. Okay, great. Right, and this will provide a stretch right here on the outside of the thigh. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Good. So you can always use your arms to sort of pull towards you. Any stretch you can hold for 10 to 15 seconds and then relax. Let's change side. Grab the knee, good. Pull towards you if you want to feel a deeper stretch. Just hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. Breathe into it, good. The next stretch we're going to do is called the sphinx. So please turn around, face down. Perfect, there you go. Well, that's a sphinx. That was easy. Just hold it this way. What's important there is to completely relax the lower back, this area, right? You could also put your head in a cradle formed by your hands. You don't want to extend the neck too much, so that's right, exactly, as if you were reading a book, not as if you were watching TV. And the idea is to hold this stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds, perhaps 30 seconds. It needs to feel relaxed. Again, this should not be painful. If you feel pain, just slowly get out of this stretch. So there you have it, guys. The routine that you need to learn if you're having back pain and you think that swing dancing is aggravating it. Just do this routine every time you go swing dancing. If you can't go swing dancing, do the routine now every day until it gets better and you can finally enjoy going back on the social dance floor. Now remember, this is a 3-part series, so next week we'll publish our second part about the neck pain. So stay tuned.